You better dare not get into a fight. You better dare not hit somebody by accident and get pulled over by the wrong cop, or the wrong cop showed up and you don't have an accident on the road. So you have to be careful driving. You have to be careful going to the airport. You have to be careful doing everything now in America because of this situation. And it's not. And if it stays this way on this path, keep on going for the next 4 years, a lot of people are going to get sent home, yes. And a lot of people are going to live like they're in prison. Everything's supposed to be normal. This is becoming the new norm where you have to have fear or doing things with fear. It's like people like to see people scared and running. And the next thing I heard somebody say, okay, so if you've been here for 20 years, what are you doing? You're not a citizen if you've been here 20 years. Some people just decided that they don't want to be a citizen. And then there are some people that can never become a citizen because of those same charges. And that's the reason. So because everything that's in there is pretty much saying you don't have no rights at this moment under this administration. And a lot of us are avoiding the elephant in the room. That even though you might not have done anything, you still leaving this country and returning as a green card holder if you never did anything. Welcome everyone. If you're new here, welcome, and if you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Julia. I hope all is well with everyone. Today is no different from the next. It's just another day with a few things I want to address. And I see a lot of people saying ways to avoid deportation. They're giving you tips, and I get it. You know, everyone wants to know something about what can you do to avoid deportation, or what is really happening to a lot of people right now, which they don't want to talk about, but they're talking about it and they don't want to talk about it. And we're only 3 months going into the 4th month of this administration. And if they already did this, and now the Trump administration is giving people time to get their crap together, and they only have another month actually. And if they're illegal, they have to turn themselves in. And not only that, the people with the green card is even in limbo for the simple fact that if you have your green card and believe that you're exempt from, because you've never been in trouble, that's not true. Because they're saying if you even have your green card, you still have to be careful, even if you didn't have a charge. Because they said if you only have your criminal, if you have any prior conviction, even, as simple as even, it has to be a felony, but now even as simple as a misdemeanor, any form of charge on you, holding your green card is a problem. Now, a lot of the times we tend to believe that because we're clean, we do everything right, we do all it, cross our T's and dots our I's, we think all is well. That's not the case. Right now, people that's having a green card going to have to live in limbo. Not only that, traveling for them is pretty much squashed for now. They're saying it's best not to travel. Why? Excuse me. People having a green card can be scrutinized in any way the moment you're coming through any border, U.S. border, any U.S. border. If you're coming from Canada, if you're coming from Jamaica, if you're coming from England, if you're coming from anywhere, once you're a green card holder, they have the right to pretty much do anything to you. Don't believe they have their right. It's not right and it's not legal, but that don't mean they won't do it. They're going to do it because they've been doing it. And I've been watching the news, and I've been watching PBS and all these other channels. People are getting arrested left, right, and center. And they're keeping on the wraps. They cannot. Some of them have still being detained, still getting deported back home. One young lady, she actually didn't have anything on her, but because she was coming, they claimed she stayed a little bit longer than normal. I'm not even sure where she was coming from, what country, whatever. But what I do know is this. Even when I'm listening to some, attorneys, more like immigration attorneys, they're saying it's best for you not to travel, just not to travel, or wait to travel. So for the 4 years you're going to be in this administration, you want to tell me that no one's going to travel on their green card because of fear? And you're saying everyone seems like that's okay because, this administration. No, this is something that's been happening for a very long time. It's just the fact that now they're making sure they're following through. The promises was made, but a lot of people didn't pay attention to it. And a lot of the times when you go out and vote, that's what happened. And there's nothing wrong with voting and voting for who you want to vote for, but you must listen. Because a lot of people that's being affected right now, they voted for this. It's happening to them because they voted for this. They put themselves in this predicament as well because they did not listen. Now you want to tell me, you're going to tell people, oh, it's best not to travel. Who says that? Attorney said that. Or if you don't have to, and if you do travel, make sure that you get the proper paperwork. You already have a green card. Why should you be going through that? Okay, now, the next thing I found out, and this is a fact because I read it on the website, the immigration website. They're saying if you are a visa holder, a person with a work permit, any form of visa, even a student visa, whatever visa, they have that right at the airport to turn you back. They can hold you, they can detain you, and they can return you. They can deport you back from wherever you're coming from, whatever country. They do not have to accept you. They do not have to let you in the United States. As a visa holder, even if you're older, you're here legally, but at the same time, once you're a visa holder with green card, you have a little bit of difference as far as I see, but it's still not applying to these people because a lot of these people are green card holder that never done stuff they claim, because remember now, I'm watching news. I don't know for a fact. I don't know these people personally, but what's making it difficult and it's laughable and it's also serious at the same time because you're saying you can go, but you better not do this. You better not do that. And if you do go, sometimes you have to speak to an attorney before you leave. Why? I didn't know when you sign up to be a resident in a country, you become a prisoner to that country, because that's how you're going to start feeling after a while. It's like a prisoner. Because if you have a sick relative, and okay, I get the fact if you got yourself in trouble, okay? So you have a problem. You put yourself in that precarious situation. So you have to deal with that. But a person that never been in trouble shouldn't have fear to leave because they don't know what's going to happen when they're returning. And remember, sometimes people do have to leave for more than the time, because they have family out of this country. Sometimes people are living here, even though they're a resident, and they still have their loved one that they cannot file for yet because they're a green card holder. They cannot go and put their application in yet. Not only that, on top of it, when you look at it, as a green card holder, yes, you're applying to work and, there's rules and laws and there's certain things that a lot of us do not read. And like myself, I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't read a lot of this stuff, and that's okay if you don't read it. But right now, we need to read the paperwork and go back and see what is a green card holder, what is required of you, because everything that's in there is pretty much saying you don't have no rights at this moment under this administration. And a lot of us are avoiding the elephant in the room. That even though you might not have done anything, you still have to be very, very, very careful leaving this country and returning as a green card holder. If you never did anything, you still have to be careful. Mind you, for the ones that already did something or have some prior conviction even 20 years ago, because if you had something even 25 years ago, they could still come at you. They say 20 years, but we know it don't matter. And the next thing I heard somebody say, okay, so if you've been here for 20 years, what are you doing? Why isn't you that you have a green card? Why you're not a citizen if you've been here 20 years? Some people just decided that they don't want to be a citizen. And then there are some people that can never become a citizen because of those same charges. And that's the reason. So they're really in a limbo. And people will say, oh, you're in a limbo, so why are you here? If you cannot become a citizen, why are you here? Because some of them already made a life here. And that's the way it is. I am not saying all of this is right. And nothing that I'm saying might make sense to you. But what I'm saying is, as a person, when is it become to the point, why is it this where everything's supposed to be normal? This is becoming the new norm where you have to have fear or doing things with fear. And why should people do things with fear? Because it's like people like to see people scared and running. And I don't care what nobody want to say. At the end of the day, they're going to do what they want to do, because if they want to come for you, they're going to come to you at your door, your job, wherever. Even your kids' school, they'll show up if they want to come. Remember, most of them are turning regular police officers into immigration officers. So now if you even get pulled over, you have to be careful, because you get pulled over, it's a possibility. You can still go to jail for the simple fact that he could have been one of them that been deputized. And a lot of the times people are thinking that, oh, I'm exempt from this. Another woman said to me, oh, because you become a citizen, remember, they soon be going after naturalized citizens next. Who knows what they're going to go after? But that's not going to put me into fear. I do not make people intimidate me or what's going on make me feel like I cannot exist in this world or do the things that I'm supposed to be doing as a human being for myself and my family. That doesn't make sense to me. I'm going to do what makes sense. You get what I'm saying? And everyone, this is it. You have to do what makes sense for you as a person. That means if you do have to stay put, stay put. And if you feel like you need representation, get it. And if you feel like you have to leave and get a lawyer to look over things if they need to look over, because remember, at this point, you don't have any right as a green card holder, pretty much, to nothing. Because if they can make decisions without the court order, which a lot of people still saying, oh, need to go in front of a judge, need to go in front of a court. When he already signed this executive order, I'm not sure if anybody squashed it or whatever. A lot of the things being implemented, a lot of people don't understand that. It's going to stay that way. And if it stays this way on this path, keep on going for the next 4 years, a lot of people are going to get sent home, yes. And a lot of people are going to live like they're in prison. They're saying ways to avoid being deported. What ways is it that you can avoid to be deported? If a judge decides that he's going to send you home, he's going to send you home. If an overzealous immigration officer gets you and say you're going home and decide he's going to put you on that plane with the rest of the crew, you thinking that that's somebody going to stop you? No amount of money you done paid is going to help you. And yes, some of the immigration officers are good and some of them are thieves and some of them are crap. Because I've dealt with a couple. So I know for a fact that some of them are garbage. And there's some good ones out there. I've heard a few good ones on the internet that seems like they're okay. I hope they are. For people. So you guys call and find out. Don't get up here and take word from mouth and say, oh, it's okay to do this or okay to do that. Because right now it's not okay to really just live and just be driving around carelessly. If you really don't have to go nowhere, from my point of view, just because I just feel like I wouldn't go out and tell someone that in this atmosphere it's safe to do anything right now with is running around. I mean, as though I'm the type of person that love to travel as well. I feel it for those that do have their business to take care of and things to do, and now they have to put it to a halt because of this situation. But try to work around it if you can, because that's all I can tell you guys. Because there is no way people should be living in fear because, oh, you a green card holder. Oh, these are the ways I'm hearing. Oh, these are the ways to avoid. Okay, avoid what? You're going through immigration. You're already a green card holder. You still have to apply for another entry to get back in. And if they decide not to let you back in, what's going to happen to you? You're going to get stuck, right? Detained, probably put in some facility, and your family waiting for you, wondering what's going to happen to you. Then you get deported back to wherever you came from, because it doesn't have to be just Jamaica. Jamaica, I always use Jamaica because that's where I'm from, so I just rather than use another man's country that I've never been. So I believe that a lot of us Jamaicans need to really look into ourselves and realize that this thing is from bad to worse. And right now, so many Jamaicans have moved home because of this situation. They'd rather be home than to be stuck in limbo. Because being in limbo, to me, it doesn't make any sense. So if you know you already got caught with anything, been locked up for anything, because remember, as simple as a DUI, that could still get you deported. You better dare not get into a fight. You better dare not hit somebody by accident and get pulled over by the wrong cop, or the wrong cop showed up and you don't have an accident on the road. So you have to be careful driving. You have to be careful going to the airport. You have to be careful doing everything now in America because of this situation. And it's not going to change. It's not going to change. It's going to get worse before it get better. And I'm not even sure if it's going to get better, because a lot of the things they're throwing under the rug, like what happened is this. People are losing their jobs. People can't buy food. People can't pay their car note. People can't pay their mortgages. People can't pay their rent. There are so many things down the line that's happening. You cannot drive out there and be darned if you get into an accident, because guess what? The wrong police officer might be also an immigration officer, and that's it for you. If you already have a charge on your name, even though you have your green card, you can still get in trouble. You have to be careful where you go, even where you party, what you do. You could be at the restaurant just having a dinner and they pull up and hey, how we all know, so we love a Jamaican restaurant, right? So some of the things and what happen to it right now, enough of people them not understand that this not getting no better. It get worse before it get better. I mean, not gonna tell nobody if you get up and run. They must say, oh, when you go through, you do this. When you go through, you do that. What you supposed to really get up and do each time you do something you're supposed to do with fear? You're supposed to actually live in a fear. And that's, to me, that's what I'm going to try to tell you. Say, you get up and there's ways and process and, what do you call it? Do process. Yes, I get that. Due process. But what? For what? What gets me is the people that never did anything, or they do not have any form of prior conviction against them, still have to be worrying about traveling, getting around on a day-to-day basis, you know, dealing with their lives. And you have to think twice, should you go here or should you go not go, or whatever the case might be. It's not fair. But if you come this far in the video, please consider liking, sharing, subscribing. God bless.